Well, hello everybody. What's going on? It's me, Dave. How you guys liking this new camera? A lot of hard work went into that, believe it or not. I'm trying my best here, guys. As you could tell, I'm still working out the kinks with the green screen, but we're gonna get there. Make sure the volume's down on the stream, cause can't watch the chat with loud volume, right? You think one of these days I'd get that? Booyaka. As you could tell, framing was just perfect, but we're good. We're good. Calm down, Dave. You got this. You got this. All right, guys. So I have a lot I want to talk about. When don't I have a lot to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Let's take it to the main screen. Of course, because that's pretty much how I do this show here. Hello. All right, guys. So, as you know, I like to create the news basically what I feel is important. And basically, what everybody seems to be talking about is the Chinese balloon that got shot down. And best believe I got quite a bit to say about that. There's a lot of YouTubers that had quite a lot to say about that. And the main one being SalvoPancakes. SalvoPancakes is not known for having W takes these days. He's actually known for the exact opposite. This man has trashed his reputation, but when he made this short recently, I was taken aback by it. I thought he had a good take. So, Salvo, give us your take here on the Chinese balloon that we had to shoot down here. And yes, you know, my RAM is pretty, I'm maxing out my CPU usage here on this. The RAM's pretty much
This
capped,
is
so
not my America. The Chinese spy balloon that's taken over everyone's brain was finally shot down and people celebrated it.
Oh, we got it! We got it! Oh, got it! Let's go! Yeah!
The celebration only makes sense if the balloon is shot down within 10 minutes of it being spotted over Montana.
Completely
Not hovering
agree with
across
Salvo.
Montana and Iowa and Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York and West Virginia, and then
is this a W take from one Salvo Pancakes? The man that I written off as completely irrelevant, the man that I said does not do anything worth a damn these days except for tear people down. To me, it sounds like he should be doing more politics talk because, in my opinion, he has a good take right here. I believe our president waited way too long to get this thing out of the sky, but let's let him finish.
finally get shot down after a week. That's nothing to celebrate to me. George Bush, bless his heart, George Bush would have had that fucking thing blown down in a fucking minute.
I
and
believe
then
he would
that's
have.
when you can sing fucking and then chant USA, USA. Not after fucking hanging out for a week. You can't chant that. We're like Canada.
Wow. Salvo, I wish I'm going to speak directly to you right now. 1 second, Salvo. I'm going to take it wide for you. Salvo Pancakes, Mr. Pancakes, if I can call you that, I feel if you would like to save your career, what's left of it, you need to stop tearing all these people down the same
An
old
SUV
names, Philip
crashed into a
DeFrancos,
home this
and look at this. I'm
morning,
interrupting my
killing one
own
person.
message to you. Am I that much of a fucking loser noob at this that I cannot do this? All right, Mr. Pancakes, what I would like to say to you is I personally, as a viewer, someone who's watched you since your uprise here. I mean, I believe I didn't catch a lot of your red bar stuff you did, but since the whole Deaf Noodles thing, I've been on board with you. I've seen the rise. I've seen the fall. I've seen where you're at now, and I see how you're trying to save this. Salvo, if you really want to do something, you need to show people that you are not an evil fucking bastard. You need to show people that you have a heart and you're human. Whether your sexual proclivities have came out and have been exposed to the masses, that's irrelevant. The fact of the matter is you are a human being and you have a voice and you want your voice heard. I feel if you would truly like some redemption and would like to get viewers that actually have two brain cells, I feel you need to start talking more about politics, your way of life. I think you need to really go into your upbringing. I think if you went into your upbringing, you would reach a lot of people. I think the way the way you came up is very unusual, and I think people need to actually understand the work you put in to doing that. Stop banking so much on quote unquote characters and give us the real you. And that's only me speaking as a person who enjoys watching your content. Enjoyed, past tense I should say rather, because lately you haven't been hitting with bangers, bro. Everything is tearing Philip DeFranco down, or tearing Ethan Klein down, or negative this, negative that. I mean, even this article, which I said was a W, you're taking it out on our president. I mean, at least it's the truth. At least you're being real. Why tear somebody down just for the sake of tearing them down? I highly doubt if Ethan Klein came to you right now and offered you a job. Fuck that. Offered you an internship, I bet you would take it. But you have made so many videos trashing the man. You've done so much. I know that's probably not what you want, but that's a normal vehicle into this. I know you're saying you're doing it the SalvoPancakes way, but the SalvoPancakes way hasn't been working, bro. It really hasn't been. Let's go back to that video. I just want to know how many views that video has. Since SalvoPancakes has been done with Keemstar, his views have been absolute nothing burgers. I mean, he now let's go to see. I want to see how many views this got. Salvo is right now currently at 8.56 thousand subscribers, and he's got 3,000 views on this short. Mind you, this is a short, people. This is a video that loops. I mean, I don't know, guys. It amazes me that SalvoPancakes is still trying. I gotta commend the man on having the gonads to do that. I don't know if I could. I'm struggling here to make content with a computer that's maxing out, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna handle that. I'm still trying to provide some kind of quality show for you guys. As you can tell, loading videos is horrible right now. So it's almost like I'm going to have to pre-record. The live stream takes just too much. It takes too much out of all of this. But now that we're back on the balloon. Sorry, we were talking about the balloon, Dave, not SalvoPancakes. Derail City. Let's see what other news pundits are talking about this balloon that got shot down. We're going to take it now to News Nation, another news source. You guys will come to realize that I use lots of news sources. I find that's the way to really get the truth out of people these days, is using different news sources. So we're going to go to News Nation right now, if it'll actually load up and be a friend and wants to actually work for us, because I'm only trying to do a live show right now.
This is News Nation Prime.
And thank you so much for joining us this evening on News Nation Prime.
Dave, you're going to have to pre-record your shit, guy. We'll be there in a second, guys. Let's just load up a clock for about 2 fucking minutes to watch a 30-second video. Sorry, guys. This is unacceptable.
I'm Natasha Zubas. The Chinese spy balloon saga has made it.
Look at that quality. I'm sorry, guys. HD, to get this beautiful face in HD is taking a lot out of my computer.
Slamming President Biden for the delay in shooting down the giant balloon. Biden pushing back, saying the Pentagon told him to wait until it was safer. Well,
is that like our president to say he was waiting? I thought our president makes decisions for our country. Pentagon told him to wait. Guys, this is going to be some heavy bullshit. So let's see what else our president did.
Source tells News
Or didn't
Nation
do,
that a
for that
briefing
matter.
about the incident with bipartisan congressmen could happen as early as Tuesday. We do know that a full Senate classified briefing will take place next week. Crews are still gathering debris from the balloon in the Atlantic Ocean. News Nation correspondent Joe Khalil joining us live from D.C. with the latest details now. Joe, what are you hearing from the Hill?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, we are able to
That guy's got a
confirm now
strong
that some
chin
of these
on him.
hearings, some of these classified briefings are going to happen between some key members of both the House and the Senate. So that is important there. And Natasha, as we learn more about this situation with this Chinese spy balloon, we're learning that this is actually a pattern coming from the Chinese government. And while the White House
I've
is
heard
pretty
about this as
proud of
well.
the way that they've handled things so far, House Republicans and Senate Republicans are really critical.
The president taking it down over the Atlantic is sort of like the quarterback, sort of like tackling the quarterback after the game is over.
Amen. Amen. I mean, they've been spying on us for how long?
The Chinese spy balloon at President Biden's command. Republicans like Mike Turner, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, calling it a failure, asking why it didn't happen sooner.
This should never have been allowed to enter the United States, and it never should have been allowed to complete its mission.
Amen.
Turner says the path.
What was its mission? That's what we need to know.
Multiple high-level missile
Look at
defense
this. How many
and
states did that thing
nuclear
pass over?
sites and shouldn't have been allowed at all in American airspace.
Why let the president go on television? He has the ability to convene the country in cameras and basically explain what we're dealing with here.
Senator Marco Rubio, too,
This is some
says
heavy
the
stuff,
balloon
man.
should have been brought down earlier, but says
I would have
if
shot
that
it down the
option
second
put
we knew
American
about
lives
it,
at
guys.
risk, as the Pentagon insists, President Biden
You just don't
couldn't
violate
explain that
airspace,
to the
or do you
American
now?
public.
Is 2023
But
a point where we
today,
just
the White
don't
House
respect
is pushing
boundaries
back.
anymore?
The president called for this to be dealt with in a way that balanced all of the different risks. That's exactly what happened. Military did a terrific job.
Defense officials tell us.
Yeah,
debris
hey, man,
from
I'm
the
sure our
Chinese
military's
balloon
still there,
exploding
but,
spread some
you know,
7
we've always
miles.
had a good military,
Secretary
but-
Pete Buttigieg says that range shows it was simply not safe to shoot it down over the American mainland.
I
Defense
don't know,
officials
man. It
also
depends on what
confirmed
its mission
Saturday,
was, I
without
suppose.
going into much detail, that there was intelligence value in letting the balloon go and monitoring it and assessing its capabilities before
But how
shooting
long
it
does
down
one need to
with
assess?
an American Sidewinder missile, a $400,000 missile, one of the least expensive in the Navy's arsenal. The main concern now for the U.S., this recent incident becoming a pattern. Officials confirm at least 4 instances in the recent past under Presidents Trump.
What about Trump? See, there we go, guys. My computer loves to load. It's a piece of crap. I'm telling you, I got to work on this. That's going to be the next thing that I beef up here. I don't think I lost my connection. Nope, internet's still good.
Trump and Biden of China entering U.S. airspace.
Hey guys, life happens.
So 4 instances in the
Strong
recent
chin,
past
man.
that we know about, Natasha,
Man's
and it's
got a
entirely
chin
possible
stronger than
there
Superman.
are even more examples of Chinese spy balloons over American airspace that we don't know about. A lot of that is classified, and our team actually took a look at the Department of Defense's
So this
annual
sounds like it's
report
been going on
China.
for a long time, and
None
we're
of the
just now
examples
getting
that
up
we
on it.
actually know about are even mentioned in there. So it's possible this is happening even more. What we do know from defense officials that we heard yesterday is that there is at least one other one they have confirmed they're tracking right now over Central and South America. Natasha.
All right, Joe Khalil live for us in D.C.
So one's got to ask, guys, with the flood of fentanyl coming into our country via Mexico and the cartels, with all the other drugs that are being used now to make methamphetamine coming in through the cartels, which are being fed from China, now we're seeing spy balloons over our borders and our skies. We have issues with TikTok. What is this saying about China, their allies, and the United States? I don't mean to just be putting 2 and 2 together here, but I'm putting 2 and 2 together here. One would think that they are waging some kind of war against us, and if not, they are gathering serious intelligence, so when they do make a move, they're going to make a swift move, and it's going to be done. We already heard about China being allies with Russia and all this other stuff that's going on, and I as an American, I'm starting to get a bit worried. This is some freaky stuff, man, and it's just like, it's not just one story. It's not just this story. When you put this story with that other story, and it goes back and back and back, and it seems like all roads are leading to China, and that's some crazy, scary stuff to think about. I mean, I'm worried about it a little bit, guys. Right? Like, one has to ask themselves, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And, speaking of what are we going to do, the other day I made a video and I was talking about the reckless driving on the streets of Wisconsin. Like, what are we going to do about that? That is a whole nother can of worms that I don't think our mayor and our city representatives are set to deal with. Just for example, this is another news report about reckless driving. This just happened a day or two ago at best. And it's like, what's going to happen next? It's always something here in good old Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And one has to ask, is it like this in your city or your state as well? Are you having problems with the youth? Are the youth just running rampage on your streets, or is it just a Milwaukee, Wisconsin thing? Because this is scary, and it's causing people to move out of their houses at this point. I mean, people want to leave their houses. It's scary stuff, and one has to ask, how long can Dave put in filler? How long can I stall for this computer to load? Am I right, people? We'll get it eventually. You guys are experiencing my pain. This is probably why I haven't went HD for so long, but the quality is so worth it. Even if I'm gonna have to pre-record and cut out the dead air, because that's probably what's gonna have to be done. I mean, you're learning with me on this one, guys, and we're gonna do this together.
It was horrible to see.
Channel 12 News, WISN 12.
My first time seeing a dead person, it was just horrible.
Car debris and a driver's belongings scattered near a home in shambles.
I seen a car on the side of my house, smashed up. The other house had a big hole in it and looked like it caught on fire.
Police say just before 10:30 Sunday morning, a drive turned deadly. Nevaeh Kennedy was working next door when she heard the crash.
It sounded like a big smack, like a big boom, and I'm just like, what could that be? So I went outside and it was that.
An SUV wedged into a home, destroying the house and killing 23-year-old Latron White.
Again, 23 years old, people. This is a 23-year-old. 23 years old. This man had his whole life in front of him, but he wanted to drive recklessly on the streets. Why? What is so cool about that? Why are we insisting that this is the cool thing to do, to be a crazy, reckless driver and not care about authority or anything? It's sad.
Raven Hayes tells 12 News that house sits vacant, and she's in the process of moving out of her home next door because of the driving she's witnessed down 60th Street.
It's scary because there's a lot of accidents that happen on this street, and I was always worried that one would run into my house. So luckily, I just moved and I just missed it, so I'm thankful for that.
A close call for Hayes and Kennedy, both one door down from the crash. Kennedy says she rushed outside to try to help the victim.
He looked 20 years old. He looked like he was young. Had car seats in the car.
At the scene Sunday night, a woman who tells me she shares a child with the victim says he was a father to a 2-year-old girl and also raising a boy. Reporting
23-year-old with 2 kids driving wild on the streets. I don't know how else to say this, guys. When are the police going to start actually policing the youth, the kids, the reckless driving? Obviously, everybody. Let's watch another news report on this, because I was really interested in this story, and I'm amazed. One of these stories that I got about this, because I go to all sorts of news sources. I don't trust just one news source. I go Fox, CBS. I'll use WISN, WTMJ. I go all around. But here's Fox 6's coverage of that same story. And we're going to play the loading game. Sorry, guys. We'll just let that load up. While that's loading, it's like I gotta do a song and dance every time. It's like do a song and dance in between the videos loading, and maybe eventually it'll play. All right, let's go to it, guys. This Fox 6's coverage of the same story.
And I want to say I heard a big boom.
Nevaeh Kennedy went to check what the noise was and found this.
The vehicle is attached from the house.
The impact was so intense, all the bricks on the wall slid off. Family identified the driver as 23-year-old Latron White Jr.
Look at how young this man is.
They pulled him out. They laid him down on the ground. He looked young.
He looked it.
Young.
Did you all hear that? Did you all catch that? I'm not one to really talk about grammar, but she said he looked it. He looked it. I don't know if did y'all catch that? He looked it. He looked it real young. So I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying he looked it young. What you gonna do about it? He looked it young. Sorry, I'm getting off that. I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Milwaukee police say White was speeding alongside a 44-year-old man in another vehicle on 60th Street. Investigators say White swerved to avoid hitting a third vehicle, lost control, and crashed.
It could have been our house. I live right here. It could have been our house.
Reckless driving here has become
Seems like
so
all these
bad,
neighbors
Maury
know.
Robinson plans to move.
When they turn this corner, it just kick up with the speed. They do 70, 90
See, they know.
every single day. Like, it's just super sad.
It is sad when the city knows the hot spots and the police know the hot spots and are doing nothing.
To all to slow down.
I just hope that our city really understand what reckless driving is doing.
She hopes. I hope. I'm sick of hearing about this. Every single day I'm getting more and more stories about teens and people in their young 20s dying for the most stupid reasons that are reckless and unnecessary. Absolutely unnecessary. Oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Guys, it's sad. It's sad that we have so many youth out on these streets that are growing up thinking that committing crimes, it's worse than ever before, are the way to live life. They're not even, back in my day, it was like, I gotta live this lifestyle. I gotta sell drugs. It's like, now they want to do it for the clout. They want to do it. Do you know these Kia boys, they have a TikTok page that is getting millions of views? I mean, these Kia boys are literally becoming a social media gang and are taunting the authorities, and our authorities are doing nothing about it. It seems like they're doing nothing about it because I'm getting more and more news reports about it on my feed. It's horrible. And then, you know, guys, I'm sorry to go to a completely different subject, but looking at this playlist, I forgot there's a topic I wanted to discuss. Remember when we were talking about clout chasing the other day and how some people are going about getting online recognition the wrong way? So I was kind of wondering, like, what do clout chasers in, the Juggalo game look like? Because there's lots of wannabe rappers and wannabe pro wrestlers out there. There's lots of people who want to get the attention of Violent J, Shaggy 2 Dope, or their bookers, their management. And I was stumbling on YouTube and I found this. I believe this guy's name is One Man Crew, and he seems like an indie worker. And this guy was like legit trying to make a video calling out Violent J, and he went as far as to go to Violent J's house, his neighborhood block, and I guess he must have put out a tweet saying, "I'm on the corner, I'm here, come fight me, you little bitch," to Violent J. Now, I don't know what this whole story is even over, like what they're beefing about. All I know is it's crazy as just a random viewer stumbling upon this video, how it comes into my feed, and it's crazy to me. Now we're gonna adjust this a little bit, guys, just because I'm losing you. I got to get a better tripod setup. I got to get a better life. But we're gonna get there in the long run, guys. One step at a time. one step at a time. And I'm just waiting for this video to load because my computer seems to be... All right, here we go, guys. This guy is a one-man crew. His YouTube channel has... What's the number on his? He's got 1.14 thousand subscribers. And this man posted this video. Looks like it's got a couple thousand views. Let's go to it.
It's about 5 minutes till noon on Sunday, January 22nd. I challenged Joe Bruce, Violent J, to a fight. I sent him an email. I let him know.
I'm sorry, I know Joe Bruce is all about his fans and everything, but saying I sent him an email, man, who the fuck are you? Just like some of them juggalos said to me, dude, who the fuck are you? I sent him an email. Do you think he... Yeah, let's schedule it. Let's schedule a fight for 3 p.m. Did you get my fax? I'm going to fax you, and then what we're going to do is we're going to meet at 3 p.m. sharp. If you're at 3:05 p.m., your punch will not be accepted, and we will not do this, okay? I'm sorry. One-man crew, finish up, your threat. Let's hear more. Tell me more about how big and bad you are, guy.
Because that motherfucker said he wanted to beat my ass, so I'm going to give him the opportunity while I'm in town, while I'm in Detroit. I wrestled Mr. USA Tony Atlas.
So, yeah, he's a worker.
Night.
Never heard of him personally.
This guy had a day and a half.
Michigan's not far from Wisconsin. I know a ton of Wisconsin workers who are working up in Michigan. So obviously you're not working where you should be, pal.
Notice that I'm going to be here, and here it is, noon that day. I'm a man of my word. I showed up. I don't know if this motherfucker's going to show up, but I'm here.
This man just said, I don't know if he's going to show up. I understand you're making a video, pal. I mean, I get that you're making a video and you want to, put on a show and cut a promo and act like this is pro wrestling. But when you're dealing with real life shit, this is called harassment, bro. This is like legit, straight up harassment. I mean, I don't know how else you categorize this in your head. This is some real fucked up shit you're doing in an attempt to get more viewers on Facebook. You may have pulled me in, but you didn't pull me in the right way. Maybe that's what them juggalos were saying about my clickbait title. Did I just learn something? I might have. Let's go back to this, guys. I'm tripping on this.
Because I don't put up with no bullshit. You say you're going to beat my ass, motherfucker. You need to...
If he said he was going to beat your ass, I highly doubt it was taken in a serious manner. This man is not a professional fighter. If he says he's going to beat your ass, it's called shit talking, bro. I'm sure he was just talking shit. But tell me more why besides saying that, why you feel the need to go stand on his corner and challenge him to a fight.
You need to be a man and fucking show that you're a man of your word and that you mean what you say and you say what you mean like I say what I mean and I do what I say.
What the fuck did this guy just say? This guy made no sense with that, bro. And that didn't go over my head either, bro. That was just complete marbled mouth nonsense. Bro, you're a fluffy guy like myself, bro. You say you're a worker. More power to you. Let's hope these paydays are covering your travel costs to go to Michigan and stand out in the cold to challenge Joe Bruce to a fight.
Say I'm gonna fucking do. If I say I'm coming at you, I'm coming at you. If I say I'm gonna do something, illegal. I'm gonna do it.
It's a threat, bro.
And that's why
you want to do time, you won't get no bookings.
Because he broke our deal. He's making money off my music to this day.
Hold up. One Man Crew, tell me more about your music, because I'm pretty sure Psychopathic Records' paperwork is pretty damn tight. So whatever you did, I'm sure belongs to Psychopathic Records, and you were probably compensated with clout or cash. One of the two C's, cash or clout. So if you weren't, then you're just a fucking dumb idiot Mark who deserved to get rode all over. I don't mean to be such an asshole about it, but dude, you're making a video challenging this dude to a fight, and he probably don't know who the fuck you are.
A nerve to treat me like a fucking jabroni and talk to me like I'm a fucking dog.
But dude, jabronis do this type of shit.
This cocksucker. I've been nothing but friendly.
He says he's been nothing but nice. Have you been nothing but nice, or have you just been marking out? Because if you've been marking out, marks get treated like marks. Marks' purposes are to give something to whoever the person who's working them. Obviously, if you didn't have money to get worked out of you, bro, you had a talent or a skill or something. And that's just how I'm saying. If he really is this scumbag and you're a worker in this business, you should have known that. Don't play it like, oh, it's all him, bro. If you're a real man, you would know that you fucked up in this somewhere down the line as well. But you're not saying the whole story, obviously.
And cool and hospitable to whatever he needed back when I produced music for him. But here we are.
Sorry to keep pausing, guys, but if you're not producing music nowadays, obviously it didn't work out too well for you. Hey, bud, I mean, you wouldn't be producing music. I mean, you would say I'm still producing music. You didn't say that. You said back when I was producing music as past tense, which means pro wrestling is more lucrative to you than music producing. And you're talking to a musical artist, bro. So obviously your work probably wasn't even worth the money you're supposedly owed or whatever the bullshit claim you have for making this video is. Because I don't see any reason in my logic that would allow me to go stand on a street corner like a fucking idiot and take my jacket off and be in shorts and be ready to challenge somebody to a fight. Like, dude, and you don't even have views to show for this video. So it's not even like the fucking Clout trap. Like, you may have been farming Clout, but it didn't, your fucking crops died, bro. Like, there's nothing here for you. And that's why I'm making fun of this video. I'm not even going to finish much more of it. Let's watch a couple more minutes because I'm about to blow my stack, bro.
All right, it's already noon. He ain't fucking here.
No
shit.
shit.
Never gonna show because he's a fucking coward.
No, it's because you're irrelevant, bruh.
Violent J. He lives right over in them fucking neighborhoods over there. Right in them Richie fucking...
Clearly, bro, and I gotta come wide for this. Clearly, bro, you're obviously not professional, because if you were professional, you wouldn't be outing such information on the internet. Like, that is like some stalkery, idiotic shit to do. This whole video, if I were, God forbid, your probation officer, bro, I'd revoke you on this bullshit. Like, seriously, man, this is some fucked up shit to do to somebody. He lives right back in that house. It's the third house. It's got a pink trim. I swear that's where he lives. Send all your complaints. Make sure you bring your guns and go to that house. Is more or less what he could be saying to some psychopath juggalo who don't understand what's reality. I feel that this guy is not dealing with Psychopathic Records, Violent J, Shaggy Two Dope for a reason. This man is spewing unprofessionalism, and it's fun to watch. So I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes, all right? Sorry, guys.
In Farmington Hills suburb neighborhoods, right back in there, he lives there.
He did go more in depth with it. He did everything but give the address out.
He could walk
what a
his
knob.
ass down here. He could walk his big four-headed ass down here right now and get these
his big
motherfucking
forehead
soup bones upside the fucking melon.
He thought he was real clever with that one. Did you guys catch how clever he thought he was? He thought he had. You make sure you put that in your next promo there, hey buddy. Make sure that one will get over. You're a real fucking winner, this guy.
But he ain't coming. He never was coming because he's a fucking bitch.
And guys, I'm only shit talking because he's doing the most retarded, stupid shit.
You know, this is personal.
This is harassment, cuz.
All the Juggalos, all the 17%ers, all you guys, listen, I'm a fan of Insane Clown Posse. I was growing up. But this guy preys upon the fandom. He preys upon people being a mark for him.
And what is... What are you doing, bro? Obviously, he worked you into a shoot, pal, over what, saying he's going to beat your ass? So you are being, like, the biggest mark here. Am I wrong? Am I losing my fucking mind here? Like, bro, you are the fucking mark. The only mark I see is you. And if anything, bro, it sounds like you got worked out of something, and I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry if dude worked you out of something, whether it's a piece of art or money or whatnot. But, bro, this is not the way. This is not a good look, guy. This is not a good look.
Him and his shit, and he will use you, abuse you, chew you up, and spit you out and kick you to the curb like a fucking piece of trash.
That may be true, and I don't mean to be a complete asshole here. That may be true, and I'm sorry you guys had to look at my face there for a couple seconds instead of this face of this one guy right here. One man crew. What a beautiful face that is. But I may believe that. I may believe that. That's you might be onto something with that, bro.
That's what he
but
did.
That's how
I'm
they've
the
been
dopest
relevant for so
producer
long.
This motherfucker ever had on his fucking roster.
This man just said he's the dopest producer ICP had. Wow, guy, you are shooting for the moon with this video. You are really shooting for the moon with this. It's sad, pal. It's real sad. Wow. Wow. He's the dopest producer they have. I can't with this guy.
And he act like I ain't shit. So
You're
what's
not
that
shit
tell
to
you?
him, bro.
The one song that I produced it debuted #1 on iTunes hip hop charts.
What does that mean in 2023, pal?
For the EP, Yum Yum's Lure. The one they did before that, it didn't debut #1. The one they did after that, it didn't debut #1.
It didn't debut #1. It didn't. It didn't. But when I did, when with me, I was a good producer. #1.
And I'm not
Fucking
saying
knob.
that's because of me. I'm just saying that the one thing I did for him was a number.
He's saying, not saying I did, but then just said I did. It's because the other one wasn't. But when you were with me, #1. I'm not saying it with me, but when it was me, #1. Fucking idiot.
One hit record.
And we're only 4 minutes into this, guys. I'm not finishing this fucking video. I refuse to give him that much credibility.
This motherfucker is not a man of his word. He's a punk, bitch, motherfucker. And I'm
Sounds
here.
like you got a broken heart, guy.
I'm here to fucking beat this motherfucker down if he shows up. That's for goddamn sure. So I'm going to put this camera down, and I'm going to stand right here on the corner where I said I was going to be. I'm dressed
Hey, bro,
to fight.
you know who
I
else
got
stands on corners?
I got my fucking gym
They get
shorts
treated
on
pretty shitty,
and a
too.
hoodie on, and I'm dressed.
Too far?
And I'm ready
Too much,
to go
guys?
for whatever's coming. And he can bring his homies. I don't care. I'll fight all of them. I don't give a fuck.
I'll fight all of them. I'll fucking fight them all. Because this is pro wrestling and I'll cut a motherfucking mean promo. Look at this fucking idiot. Wow, bro. This dude is for real out here, man. What are we going to do about this? What was the fallout from this? Because obviously, dude didn't get views. And I'll spoiler alert, guys. I don't mean to. Spoiler alert, nobody comes. Violent J doesn't come. He's nowhere to be found during this. He's bye-bye. He could care less. And this guy sits out on the corner like I said, we're a little over 5 minutes into this video. Wow. So, yeah, this is how you guys lose engagement right here. This is where people just click off your video. And I will just, like, seriously, it's just him walking for the next 15 minutes. It's him walking. Nobody shows up. Let's go 1821. Just see what he has to say. I'm sure he has some really good reason why Joe didn't show up. Mr. Violent J didn't show up. It's got to be a good one. No shit, he's not coming.
That was him driving by just to scope me out.
Ain't nobody scoping you out. You're a knob.
He ain't fucking coming. He don't want none. I'm pretty sure I seen his big four-headed ass driving by in that big Cadillac. Just
Dude, you're the idiot who's out in the cold.
Actually gonna be here, and I was. And
Meanwhile, Violent J is probably warm and cozy, cuddled up with some bitch, and you're out in the cold wearing shorts like you're about to do something. With your little video that's got a couple thousand views, more downvotes than upvotes, and it's sad, bro. I'm sorry I know the other day I was all about motivating and bringing people up, and but not when you're doing behavior like this. This to me is borderline illegal, and it all stems from online behavior, which is highly suspect, bro. Like, this is just overall shady behavior to do. And this, to me, is clout chasing in its purest form.
I don't know how long past 12 o'clock, maybe 15 after, maybe 20 after, I don't know. But I told this motherfucker I was going to be here. I told him if he was a man, he'll meet me here. I gave him a day and a half advance to come and see me.
He's got money to make, bro.
No, I'm coming to see him.
Wow.
And this beef is a very deeply personal thing.
I can see that, bro. I think the police will see that as well.
If they use you,
this is harassment, cuz illegal action.
Owe you money and they don't pay you, which I feel this man owes me money. He owes me royalties.
You got a contract that says that, cuz?
Song. I never got paid one dime from none of that.
You got paperwork on any of this?
It was never about the money. I just wanted to be a part of it.
You just said it was about the money, so what is it?
Well,
dude, that's why I'm a juggalo till the day I die, man. But some of us juggalos, we are dumb as fuck. I mean, wow, bro. Like, seriously. I'm going to stop that video there, guys, because that's giving me a migraine. But to me, a guy like this guy, one-man crew, that's clout chasing. That is complete bullshit, asshole behavior. It's parasocial to the fullest. And I don't see anything good coming from that type of behavior. That is absolutely ridiculous. And I worry about the future of the Juggalo race. It's so fucked, guys. It is so fucked. Guys, I should we keep going? I don't know. I don't mind. Do you guys want me to keep going? I don't know if anybody's even watching. I stopped looking at the chat a while ago. I'm just talking to be talking, and I can see we got that there. God. And I'm shrinking. I got to get a really good tripod set up. That'll be the next thing. But guys, as we're still here, I mean, I got a little more time. I don't mind doing anything else. What else can we talk about? I know there was something I really was interested in talking about, but one more quick wrestling story. So anyways, we all know about Hannibal, right, on YouTube. I think you should. I mean, everybody should know about Hannibal. I haven't went to my main screen for a while. Hannibal on YouTube is a pro wrestling interviewer character. He used to wrestle as some vampire type character. Was known for being an asshole, basically. But he had that YouTube money, and he threw that YouTube money around pretty well. And he just kind of fell off after he beat the shit out of a referee and bloodied up a ref pretty good and showed up to a match intoxicated. And, he basically ruined his wrestling career after that. But he just posted a video with some old WWF guy, and I'm pretty up on my old wrestlers, but I don't even know who this guy is, Mario Mancini. Some old guy from WWF days. I imagine he's an old jobber or something. Maybe if you guys know who he is, drop it in the chat or leave a comment who Mario Mancini is. But he was talking with Hannibal because Hannibal can't seem to get any good names to interview these days, which is sad because, he used to get a lot of good interviews, and then he was buying a lot of, like, John Paz's interviews and a bunch of other interviews that didn't have many views on YouTube at the time, and he was, like, kind of taking credit for their work, it seemed like. But now Mario Mancini is doing an interview with Hannibal. Hannibal's channel is not getting the views it used to, so they're going deep for clicks. And Mario Mancini's told this story about WWE wrestlers H-bombing and drugging women back in the day. And if you thought Ric Flair showing his penis to a flight attendant was bad, what Mario Mancini tells, I mean, it's pretty heavy stuff. And we're talking about Halcyon and women being sexually abused. Now, he didn't come forthright and say it, but he insinuated it. So listen to this, guys.
In Columbus,
this is from the HannibalTV.com.
And I tried to get her all night. And
you guys know how YouTube likes to load on me, so I apologize for that. See? We're learning, guys. I'm learning. Be patient with me.
Was connected to a restaurant. So all I had to do was leave the restaurant and go up to my room. And I tried to get her all night. She goes, and it was a house show. So she's like, I'm waiting for Brett. I'm like, hon, did you go to the show? No. I go, Brett's not here. He wasn't booked on the show. He's not here. Oh. So I'm working her and working her and working her.
Working.
And working her.
That's crazy. Begging her for sex. I'm being a sex pest.
Come up to my room with me. I'm waiting for Brett. And, you know, she wasn't
into you, pal.
She was Mancini all day long, you know what I mean? 5'4", about $145, $155, you know. If you know, I'm Sir Mix-a-Lot, you know. If you're 5'3",
he just said he likes fat girls.
Just keep on walking.
Which is cool.
You know what I mean? So it's like, well, you know, come up with, and I'm waiting for Brett. I go, I don't know how many times I'm gonna tell you. Brett's not here.
This dude was being a straight sex pest.
So he'll remain nameless. So I got frustrated.
And of course, he's not going to name the wrestler.
Number, and I went, screw it. Screw it. It's 1:30 in the morning. We were going.
He got sick of begging for sex, is what it sounds like. Screw it. You ain't going to give me at least a blowy. I'm done. So keep listening. This is nuts. This is where it gets interesting. And mind you, he's not going to name the worker. But this is some crazy shit how this stuff used to go down back in the day.
I don't know if we were going to Indiana after that. I don't know where the hell we were going, but I said, I'm going to bed. About 40 minutes later, the phone rings in my room. And the guy on the other end of the phone, who'll remain nameless, they burned her. Come down. She's all ready. I go, no, I don't want her like that. She goes,
did you guys catch that? They burned her. They H-bombed her. They drugged her. And then she's ready to get fucked. They basically just said, how sickening does this make? Like, how sick does this make you? This is the type of shit they used to do. And I love pro wrestling. I love the business of pro wrestling. But I don't like the scumbag, loser, scummy, drug addict, degenerate, rapey bullshit that goes on in the professional wrestling business. Most of the most twisted, sick people I've ever met were in the pro wrestling business. True story. I shit you not. The craziest stories you hear have to do with pro wrestlers, pro wrestling promoters, and people that like pro wrestling. Not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. But the way how he talks about this with humor drives me nuts. A real human would tell this story in pure disgust. Or they would at least preface this story with, that's just how it was back then. We didn't know better. He's showing no remorse, no shame. It's so fucked up to hear him just talk about H-bombing Halcyon, which means putting Halcyon in a woman's drink so they could take advantage of her. So that means a worker called this handsome lad right here and said, hey, she's ready for you. We drugged her. They kicked in. She's loosey-goosey, bro. She's ready to go. And for him to be laughing about it, say, haha, I don't want her like that, I highly doubt that's what he said in that moment, because he's laughing. He's looking back on this memory with fondness. You guys hear? Look at this smile on his face. It's pure fucking disgustingness.
He goes, no, she got burned. Come on. They H-bombed her, you know. They bombed her.
Laughing like it's so funny. Drugging women
She's
is
ready,
funny,
Mancini.
guys.
Come on.
Don't you guys just love drugging women? Isn't it the funnest thing to do? This guy is, look at that. That is a genuine smile on this guy's face. I shit you not. That man could not be happier telling this story about a former wrestler drugging a woman and taking advantage of her. Makes me fucking sick is what it does, and I'm not even joking. This shit is nasty, cuz. This shit is fucking sick.
Yeah, I go, no, I'm going to bed. So the next morning, we got up and we went down for breakfast, and there she was, all disheveled.
After all the boys ran through her.
She slept in the lobby. She didn't know what happened because she got H-bombed. She
I
passed
doubt
out
she
in the
slept in the
lobby,
lobby.
and she goes, I went to find your room last night, but I lost the paper that you gave me. I'm like,
Doubtful. I bet you, 10 to 1 odds, knowing pro wrestlers and pro wrestling, 10 to 1 odds this all took place in Mancini's room. I shit you not. I'd bet money on it. I mean, this is so fucked up, bro. And the way how he's laughing and giggling, it's so fucked up. And now we're gonna hear from Hannibal. We're gonna get some excellent interviewing skills out of Hannibal.
The guy I'm with, he's like, I told you to come back down. I go, no, I don't, I don't want it like that. I don't H-bomb people, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that seemed to happen a lot
Frequently.
in those days.
All he can say is that seemed to happen. Didn't go on and say, we as a channel do not support this story. We as a channel, he didn't even interview and press the story on to maybe find out, because there could be statute limitations that aren't expired. You could have done so much with that story as a channel, Hannibal, and really have brought your channel back to life. But you missed an opportunity, and you'd rather let Mario Mancini go around here with his tales of joy about sexually abusing women, and it's fucking sick, bro. And that's why you can't get interviews these days, because you're a fence-sitting piece of shit who doesn't know how to interview, and you can't get an interview anymore to save your fucking life. And trust me, I know my own kind, so I can smell it from a mile away, and you have a lot of work to do if you think platforming that type of bullshit is going to get you anywhere in life. If you are going to sit here and put that shit on your channel and not disavow it, you disgust me, you are absolutely sickening. I worry for the future of this country, bro. If this is what we're looking up to, and we got these young kids thinking that pro wrestlers like to H-bomb women and this is the way to do it, we got a long way to go. I'm so over the bullshit of it all. I mean, we as a society need to put our thinking caps on and make some changes as a whole, because God forbid I have children in this world. I really don't know, guys. I do not know. I think I got time for one more quick story, guys, and this is the one that I've kind of been real excited about telling you guys about. So you guys know I love reading, right? So I've been reading a new series of books, and they are absolute amazing books, and they're by Ernest Dempsey. Ernest Dempsey, I don't know much about his work, but they're the Gideon Wolf series. This is awesome reading material. It's a 2-book series, and I went out of my way, guys. I was like, I don't like really reading out loud and everything, so I was like, I need to get a good news reporter for the channel. I need to get somebody with a great voice that can read stories for me and be that great narrator that this channel needs. So, I couldn't get Snoop Dogg because, I'm not rich, but I got my good friend Snoop D-O-Dub, we'll call him. And I want Snoop to sit here and basically tell you guys about the story that I'm reading, if you guys don't mind, okay? Let me just show you how this works, if you guys don't mind. So whenever I got a news story that I want to be read, I'm just going to highlight it and do one of these gimmicks and see if this works. And this is going to be our news reporter.
At first, Dr. Gideon Wolf thinks the guy standing in front of him is insane. $10 million for what amounts to a glorified treasure hunt. $10 million this man offers him to find a mythical amulet based on, apparently, Some maps he printed off the internet and his outsized faith in make-believe turns out the unwelcome interlocutor isn't just some garden variety coup. He's vicing Carrillo, the world's most feared drug lord, and Gideon learns fast that the deal is non-negotiable. Hell, captured by Carrillo's thugs in the Mexican jungle, Gideon escapes before the expedition.
Tell me
Only
more,
to stumble into an ancient, hidden temple that contains the medallion itself. Instant he touches the amulet, he knows why Carrillo wants it. It exudes a power that makes him feel invincible. But there's a downside. The medallion has disfigured him horribly. What was once the respected archaeologist Dr. Gideon Wolf is now a bloodthirsty monstrosity. Part wolf, part god, part man. El Chupacabra, a cartel gunman gasped as Gideon bashes his skull in an escape. Gideon's amulet is one of 7, hidden by the ancients millennia ago and bestowing great responsibility on whoever finds and dons the powerful artifacts to fulfill his destiny as El Chupacabra, the guardian of the innocent. He must first learn to control his all-too-real animal instincts while protecting the amulet from Carrillo, who's launched a private army straight at Gideon to steal it back. Best-selling author Ernest Dempsey again blends his...
Well, yep, that's going to be our news reporter from now on, guys, and I think it's awesome. We got to name him. I was thinking AI Snoop. So whenever I want a news story to be read, I can just take it to AI Snoop. I think that would be fair, wouldn't it, guys? A little AI Snoop on the scene. And you know, of course, I'd pre-record a lot of it and edit it in. But guys, this is an amazing book. I highly recommend both of them. I'm almost done with the second one right now. And basically, Gideon Wolf is basically offered $10 million to find this amulet. And when he puts this amulet on, he finds it and puts it on, it changes him into Chupacabra. And you learn about this ancient spirit that manifests itself in this pendant, this amulet. And it kind of talks from kind of Spawn-esque. It's a real dark novel, and it's written so well. And I highly recommend this book. You know, the audiobook version is on Audible. Please, guys, check out these two books. I think you'll really get a kick out of it. And what do you guys think about AI Snoop? Do you think that could work as a bit for the show? Like, I could always take it to AI, and I might even be able to animate. I could even animate like a mouth talking, and every time we take it to AI Snoop, he'll read something. What do you guys think? Could that work? I mean, leave a comment if you guys think I should work on that. By the way, guys, I'm in the Milltown's Best shirt, finally fitting me again. I'm really looking forward to fitting into smaller clothes again. My old hoodies, I put them on, and they're starting to fit again. Been afraid to stand on the scale, but I might do that in the next couple of days for you guys and show you about my weight loss. But I know it feels good to wear a smaller t-shirt, and I got my arms showing, which you know Dave's feeling good about himself if he's got his arms showing. Guys, I'm Super Dave Teschendorf. I'm sorry for the lagging and the nonsense. I got some kinks I got to work out in the live stream setup, and we'll get there in the long run. What is the saying? It's a marathon, not a sprint. Something like that. We're going to get there in the long run. I got a lot of work to do on the content, my speaking. But you guys being here for the ride really means a lot to me. I want to make this work, guys, and it's a blast doing these lives. And once I'm done with them, there ain't nothing much to do but work on the next one, and I like that. So it gives me purpose, and having purpose is awesome. We'll discuss more about purpose and all that down the road. But I hope you guys had a good time hanging out with me today. I hope you guys watched the video on demand. Check out the YouTube channel. I'll put up the overhead one more time. Check out the YouTube channel. That would be awesome. Milltown's Best on YouTube, Milltown's Best Pod on Facebook, Dave Teschendorf. All the links will be in the description as always. Throw a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Again, if you have a story you want me to cover, I'm always down to learn new stuff. I learned a lot about monster trucks the other day just because I watched a video and it interested me. So, I'm open to learning new stuff. Tell me what you guys are into in the comments. I want to make this stream interactive. I want to reach out to you guys. And I want the street to be both ways, not just a one-way gimmick where I'm putting it out in the world, putting this out into the world and not getting nothing back. It feels good to get something back, Interactivity is the way to go, guys. But again, guys, I tried with this one. We'll work on the kinks. We'll figure out the CPU usage. Even if I have to bump the quality on my cam down a little bit, or just not stream live and just edit and put the show up. But I like the idea of you guys being able to comment when you feel, have going live. It encourages the one take. Because otherwise I get stuck in my head and I start wondering, did that sound good? Well, let's take another take of that. And it ends up taking 60 minutes to get a small video done because I have to cut and say it again, and I start second guessing everything. It's never a lot of fun doing it that way. So I like live. That's why I think I like talk radio so much, because you're just talking. You have no parachute. You have no net underneath you. You're just out there and you're asked not to screw it up and screw the pooch. And I think when it comes to live, I can do it live. I second guess myself when it comes to studio work and all that good stuff. But we're going to keep working on it. Guys, please check out, I'm telling you, the Gideon Wolf series by Ernest Dempsey. It's a two-story book. You're going to love it. I think there's going to be a third one coming. I hope so. But I'm going to finish the second one. But so far, the second book is way better than the first. I would almost say you could jump into the second book without even reading the first. Because the prologue kind of covers everything that happened in the first book. But check it out. If you guys like stories about supernatural creatures and everything, you'll really get a kick out of it. So with that, guys, I'm going to end it. I hope you guys had a good time with me today. I hope you guys learned a little bit. Let me know what you guys think about that China balloon situation. Also, guys, let me know about that one-man crew. What do you guys think about the clout chasing endeavor he was on? That sure was something, wasn't it? And again, the reckless driving, not stopping anytime soon. If you have any solutions for that, put that in the comments. We're trying to be interactive, guys. With that being said, go tell somebody you love them and have a good day. Peace, guys.